to the games, Pyeongchang. We're getting ready as the Swiss Olympic team. Where are we right now? I think everybody knows the concept. Have you seen the concept of Pyeongchang? No, not yet. If we talk about Vancouver and Sochi, it's quite simple. It's quite similar. There's a coastal cluster and there's a mountain cluster. I could say as always. Ice sports down at the coastal cluster, all the ice sports, snow sports, and bob, skeleton luge in the mountain cluster. For us as the Swiss team, we're going to be quite busy down here as we have 2 hockey teams and we're fully booked in curling competitions, figure skating, speed skating as well. So big team here. We're going to have a huge team in Bokwang Snow Park. That's about 1 hour outside of the Pyeongchang Center. Freestyle, skiing and snowboard. So there's going to be external housing, cooks, all services we need to build up by ourselves in the Bokwang Snow Park. As you can imagine, like Team Austria, Gyeongsong, it's going to be very important alpine speed. Also, we're running external housing up in this region. We're going to have external housing in the, where are we? In the Yongpyong Alpine Center, alpine technical skiing. And we're going to run the Olympic Village up here for all the other sports. So five housing we're going to run. 2 villages, 3 external housing. It's quite complex from our side for our team, actually, to tell you. Just in detail, mountain cluster with all the sports, with the Bokwang Snow Park, and the coast cluster in detail. About our team, right now we already actually collected officially 71 quota places. Personally, I count with around 170 athletes, so it's a big team for little Switzerland. It's huge, actually. It's going to be the biggest team in history for Team Switzerland, counting almost up to 400 people within the Swiss Olympic team. As you can see, all the sports. Actually, my guess would be skeleton is not sure yet, but I guess short track, it's going to be the only sports where you don't have any athletes competing. As I said, selection right now, we're actually selecting as probably most of the people till the 28th of January. So it will be a 2 hours window open to make the last selection till the whole system, sports entry, shuts down. So 2 hours in alpine skiing, that's going to be pretty emotional. That's probably the same thing in Austria. Too many athletes for not enough quotas. Well, medal potential. Media always ask, well, how many medals you're going to win? Tell us now. We want to know. As we're a small country, we depend really on some single athletes. Looking back at Sochi, we're happy that Colonia is getting into his personal form as he was winning the Tour de Ski. I think we want to see Budlachikov competing against Sean White again. I think our main goal is to write great stories. Of course, you need some medals, but we will not be measured if we count 9, 10, 11, or 12. Probably if we come home with no medals, I might need to get a job at the Federal Office of Sports. Well, this is how we look like. We're not very exposed as Team Switzerland, quite simple. A lot of red, some white. As you can see in our flag, we hope to show it ourselves on the competition side. Just some challenges we're facing. Most challenging, I think, it's the individual demands. And my experience compared to each 4 year, demands from the top athletes, they get higher and higher. I don't know who's involved from your side in an NOC, but it's crazy about how individual most of the top athletes, they work. They have their personal teams, personal physiotherapist, personal trainer, personal service guy, and they want to have the whole team at the Olympics, you know, and everybody knows we have some accreditation, but you cannot have all of them. So big discussion, big emotion. It's going to be huge. The traveling to Asia, everybody knows. Winter sports, it's not so experienced in doing that, traveling to Asia, most of them. As we have a lot of external housing, I think it's quite difficult to come up with a good team spirit because they're all spread over. Keeping the focus, as many of them will stay for 2, 3, 4 weeks in Pyeongchang, and there's nothing in Pyeongchang to do. That's not Vancouver, you know, where you can go down to the city, enjoy a little bit. That's going to be quite a challenge, and of course culture, language-wise, as I don't know your experience with the Asian culture, but their English, it's quite challenging once you're outside of the Olympic bubble. And of course, and I'm happy it's going the right direction. Political issues, this was huge. Athletes worried, parents worried, trainers worried. But right now, I think, and I hope it's heading the right direction. That's just a quick update. And of course, you always want to have your home, a little bit of home. If you're over, please join us at the House of Switzerland. We're going to be in the Yongpyong region. If you like raclette or fondue or Zurich Schnetzlets, you're very welcome to join us. That's how it's going to look like. Our little chalet with raclette and rösti, many of them, some chalet style, a house to feel comfortable and get some good Swiss food. Yeah, this is it. 2 weeks to go till we leave, 9th of February. And of course, good luck to all of you, to all of your teams, but let us some medals as well. Okay, that's my part.
Somebody has questions to Ralph? René, no questions? Sure. Okay. Okay, so thanks one more time. Thanks a lot, Ralph, for coming.